Whether you're in North or South Carolina or anywhere else in the world, enter the Cat Cave with D. White and Shannon Smith, a part of the Keep Pounding Podcast Network, powered by the Fans First Sports Network, where you can find shows such as Winning the Division with Ben Troop, for an NFL alum, and my play cousin Ryan Smith, who hosts the show, who also hosts Inside the Vault, and also watch Believe in Panthers on the Believe Network with founder of Tobacco Sports Radio's YouTube channel, Desmond Johnson, and the all-time leading rusher in Panthers history, Jonathan Stewart. We are live. We are inside the Cat Cave, this time on a Friday. I know some of y'all are getting ready for your high school football right now, but that's okay. You can set a spell with us before you get ready to go into the game. I am Shannon Smith, a.k.a. Podcast Smitty, holding down Western North Carolina, and I have the beast from the Northeast North Carolina, Pasquotank County's own D. White, my brother. How you doing?
Not too bad, man. Trying to get through the day, get to another Panthers football game. We're going to see what happens.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and first talk about this past Sunday, and then we're going to lead into next Sunday, or this Sunday's coming game here, which is going to be a divisional game. We're going to get back into the division, which is very important, what we have to do here. But first, let us go ahead and break down this past Sunday's game here. A game that many Panthers fans out there were a little worried about. They watched that Sunday night football with the Green Bay Packers whooping up on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and their heart started to pound. I get it. I understand that. I get it. But they talked about Carolina not being so great on the road, saying they only win at home. Well. 16-13 is your final score, with the Carolina Panthers on top, going to Lambeau Field, winning against this Green Bay Packers squad. I'm going to tell you, though, looking at this score here, D, looking at this score, fans will probably look at this score and say, Carolina squeaked by. But let me tell you, there's a saying that says the devil is in the details. And let me tell you, we had some devils in the details here. So, D, overall reaction to the game from you. What was your overall reaction?
Surprise. Very much surprised. Very much happy. This is one that I'm not even gonna lie. I was expecting us to not do as well. However, God works mysterious ways. So we did pretty good. I was excited. I was happy. Even if we squeak by, a win is a win.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Now, going into this game, I had to rely on Believe in Panthers. Dez and Jay Stu, they were talking about it. Now, I will say this. They were not worried about this game. They were not worried. And, with the outcome of this game, rightfully so. But coming into that week, they weren't worried at all. And the thing about it is, in this game here, Carolina, once again, the story was the running game. And a runner by the name of Rico Dowdle. Carolina put the ball back in that man's hands. And let me tell you, when they put that ball in that man's hands, great things happened. Wonderful things happened as I pull up this box score here. 25 carries, 130 yards, averaging over 5 yards per carry. And he got into the end zone twice. So that was big on that end. Now, okay, look. I know that a couple weeks ago we were talking about the double trouble. Him and Chuba Hubbard could do it. And then, of course, the week before, they decided to split the carries with them, things of that nature. There were people out there saying, hey, bad idea. But, we got to give it to Dave Canales on this one. He put the ball in that man's hands. Wonderful things happened. It was good for the Panthers going with the hot hand, which many can say, was it was it a bad thing? Absolutely not, as you can see. But looking at it here, Chuba Hubbard in the backfield, he hasn't ran like himself. He's a different back. Chuba and Rico are different backs. Look, go with what works. Go with the hot hand. Dave Canal's done that. In that situation, it's a hard situation to come to. Chuba the money man. Rico Dowdle on a 1-year deal. But he's running all over the place. He's doing his thing. Not only is he doing his thing, this offensive line, which is kind of a makeshift offensive line. We got some injuries on this offensive line. This is not the offensive line that we had in week 1. This is not the full starting offensive line. And the fact that Rico Dowdle is putting up numbers with this line, the running game is thriving with this line, has to tell you the mentality of this Carolina Panthers team when it comes down to running football, which is what we've been talking about most of the season. Run the ball first. Carolina run the ball first. The fact that Bryce, and we'll get to the quarterback play on that one there. We'll get to that because I want to talk about that a little differently. I know you've got some thoughts on that, D, but let's focus on this running game right here. From the running game's perspective, D, how you feel? Oh, gotta take yourself off mute, baby. Gotta let him hear you.
My bad. The running game's been leading us, man. It's great to see. That's what all great Carolina football teams have been built on. Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo Williams, Biaka Batuka, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, all our great teams have had a great running game, and this team is no different. When we run the ball, when we run it effectively, we win games. It opens the door for it doesn't matter which quarterback, whether it's Delhomme, Newton, or Young. We have a great running game, and when that shows, it opens the door for our, I don't want to call them elite, but our two-way game manager. So Bryce, he can beat you with his feet, he can beat you with his arm. He's smart enough, he's capable enough. But if he doesn't have a run game, he doesn't have anything. Now, he could throw the ball 40 times, as we've seen, but it's not going to work out. They're going to expect it, and luckily, we've progressed to where we have that running game again, and it's great to see. It's lovely. It's about time. And as much as we used to talk about double trouble, we got a premier back now. We have our own little Saquon Barkley. I don't want to say little, but we have our own Saquon Barkley, who is doing better than Saquon Barkley, who's doing better than a lot of NFL starting running backs, and he hasn't even started half the games. So, can't be mad. I love our run game. I love our quarterback. I love that they use him and Rico together, and who knows, next year, later down the year or whatever, we might have double trouble. We'll see if it's with Chuba and Rico, or if it's with Jonathan Brooks and Rico, or if it's with Jonathan Brooks and Chuba. Either way, we're going to have us a running game.
I agree. Now, here's the thing. Okay, so we're fresh off the trade deadline. This past Tuesday it ended. And there was talks. I don't know if it was real talks, considerable talks, or if people just in general thought that Carolina was going to deal Chuba Hubbard away. They were going to deal him away, and they're going to trade him and all this other stuff. Carolina did not trade Chuba Hubbard. I'm glad they did not trade Chuba Hubbard, because this is what we have to all take under consideration. Rico Dowdle is on a 1-year deal. He's on a 1-year deal. And do you honestly think that teams are not going to throw him money next year? Of course. Mm-hmm. Why not? The man's been running like crazy. He has. Now, I will say this. Carolina should be one of those teams that's going to throw him some money. Of course. I think they should. They would be foolish not to. But if you think for 1 minute the other teams won't, of course they will. So this is what we have to take under consideration here. Jay Stu said it great. the business aspect of the NFL. The NFL is a business. Anyone can get traded away. History tells us that anyone can be traded. You ask Luka Doncic, can he be traded? Micah Parsons, can he be traded? No, I'm not picking on Dallas. We'll go further into the bag.
Pick on Dallas.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Even though they blew with Arizona, I'm gonna leave it alone. You saw CD Lamb in that face, right? When Jacoby Brissett threw that slant pattern to Marvin Harrison Jr. and you saw CD Lamb's eyes bug, like, wow, that wasn't bad. But sorry about that. Back to what we're talking about here. If we want to dig, anybody can be traded. Christian McCaffrey, he got traded. Yes, anyone can be traded. No one is exempt. Yes. So, with all that being said, Carolina can't just pull the plug on Chuba Hubbard. They can't. And I don't think they are. I really don't. You got to look at it. You got to go with a hot hand, and it's working. So, yes, with the running game, I'm totally fine with it. I'm good with it. It's working. It helped. Now, let's get to this quarterback game right here. Let's get into the quarterback talk. I will go ahead and include myself into it with everything that was said about Bryce Young in prior years. Me being very harsh on him. My bad. Because can you not tell the difference in the offense as opposed to Bryce Young and Andy Dalton? And listen, once again, we had our time doing this last week, talking about Andy Dalton in preparation for the game against Green Bay. If you have not watched and have not seen the way Carolina played from week to week with two different guys under center, that this game, this past week, was what showed you. Yes, that's what showed you. The fact, yes, looking at Bryce's numbers, once again, the devil is in the details. I get it. No touchdowns, one pick. Absolutely.
And that was fluky, too.
It was. Yes. As opposed to some of the ones that Jordan Love threw. We'll get to the defense later. Because I want to say some things about the defense, yes. Now, with that being said, with this quarterback play, Bryce Young, the fact that Bryce Young once again led this squad to a comeback, had a game-winning drive. When Green Bay put the ball into the end zone, yes, Josh Jacobs was the guy that kind of worried me a little bit. He put it in the end zone and gave the ball to Carolina, and Carolina was able to get in field goal range. Shout out to Dave Canales, the coach. How he done things, how he did it. But mostly shout out to Bryce Young. Once again, another game-winning drive. Getting the ball in the right spots. Rico Dowdle running the football. Bryce did not make a lot of mistakes in this game. He did not. He was able to get the team into field goal range. Very good. And Fitzy, with the field goal, win the game. They talk about this quarterback play right here for anybody out there that's doubting Bryce Young. Talk to him about this quarterback play.
Man, the last 2 weeks, like you said, is black and white, kind of literally and figuratively.
Yes.
Andy Dalton obviously is a quality NFL vet with a strong arm, but that arm's getting a little loose. Red Rifle is kind of showing his age a little bit, and however, when Bryce Young's in, you can see the anticipation throws. You can see Bryce's Bryce excels being a mobile quarterback. He can extend plays. He can put the ball right where it needs to be before the wide receiver gets it. As soon as the wide receiver turns the shoulder, the ball's there. That is what Bryce Young is good at. Andy Dalton is good for, all right, they down there somewhere. We need some yards. I'm going to throw this thing up there and see what happens. And that's not a knock on him. I mean, he's a strong arm quarterback. He's earned his bones for a lot of years. He's went to the playoffs several times with the Bengals from being a strong, smart quarterback. It's just that, time gets on all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Time finds some way to show us all that we're all vulnerable, that we're all human, that we all get old, we all get weaker, we all get a little bit slower. And what's up, Des? And it just shows. The last start that Andy Dalton had was truly horrendous. And I don't want to down him because he's a great player, but it was truly horrendous. The play, the trying to scramble for a yard and fumbling. He had another fumble, interception. It was hard to watch as a fan, whether you're a fan of Andy Dalton or Carolina Panthers. It was hard to watch regardless because this man he's probably seen more wins in his career than we've seen from the Panthers in a while. So to see like his decline kind of sucks, but to show how much Bryce Young means to this team is becoming more and more evident. Players surround Bryce. Players are actually listening to him. They're trying to protect him. And he's doing all this with the same offensive line that Andy Dalton had. Taylor Moton got hurt. And who do we have? Josh Nijman.
Mm-hmm.
We had him as our right tackle. We had Corbett in. We had Cade Mays, probably an upgraded center.
Yes.
But, I mean, he's playing with, like you said, a line that wasn't supposed to be our starting line, and he's dominating.
Yes.
Well, let me not say dominating. He's showing improvement.
Yes.
And from year to year, we've seen Bryce show improvement to where we won 2 games to 4,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're 5, and
Mm-hmm.
we're just, we're getting hot. So if you need proof how much Bryce means to this team, not just on the field, but as a leader, as somebody that this team listens to, the last 2 weeks are evident.
Absolutely. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. The leadership role, what Bryce has done, is very, very good that he's done that. Yes, I like the fact that Bryce has shown the game-winning drive appeal. I like what Des said on Believing Panthers, in the post game. We don't need Bryce to throw up video game numbers. Who cares? We don't need that. What we need is to put this team in a winning predicament, and that's what has been done. It's they're winning. It's getting there. The running game is guiding. That's great, and we're getting it with defense as well too. So that's one of the things that's helping. Don't mess with the formula. And another thing as well too, for anyone out there who's got discrepancy with the score, look at it here. These are like playoff games right here. These are playoff games, like playoff type games here that Carolina's playing. This is how playoffs are won. When you're looking in the playoffs, these are gritty games. These are ugly games. You don't see pretty games like that in the playoffs. You don't see that. You see gritty games, these guys hitting each other, these guys doing what they need to do. The inches, playing game of inches is what we're seeing here. And that's what needs to be understood. So what if Bryce ain't throwing 300 some yards and an MVP candidate and things of that nature? Who cares? The winning football is here. The fact that Carolina is winning, the fact that Carolina's above 500. This is what we're looking at, and this is what we're seeing. Now, also, too, I got to add this in here as well, too. Rico Dowdle's penalty for the touchdown celebration. I love me some Key Appeal.
2 pumps.
2 pumps, man. And they gave him the flag anyway. Really?
That got to be part of our history now.
Yes.
That has to be part of our history. Like that was not only was it a statement win, it was a statement penalty.
Yes.
Yeah.
But man,
yeah.
I tell you, shouldn't have got a penalty. No, shouldn't have got a penalty. All because the refs got to watch that skit. I get it though, but I will say this: they needed it. They needed it. It was fun. Come on now. Let's have some fun.
You're
Okay.
you're seeing them get their swag back.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right. We've not seen this. Even Dave Canales was cool with it in the presser, in the post-game presser. He was cool with it.
Yeah, we just got to be smarter. That's all he said.
That's it. That's all. He wasn't mad. No. I mean, really. And that's okay. Especially with what Carolina's went through the past few years. What they've went through, what they've seen. There was no fun on that sideline. There was no fun on that sideline. They were live on this sideline here. They scored and everybody got quiet in Lambeau. They got quiet. They were like, they really done this. They didn't expect that. No. They expected Jordan Love and him to go in there and just handle biz, and that's it. And it didn't happen. And that's another thing right there, too. Fox said that, Green Bay played with their food. They played with their food. In the halftime, Michael Strahan and them, and I get it. I understand that. I get it. Don't give Carolina the credit. I get it. I understand. I really do. But at the end of the day, let's talk about this defense right here. Shout out to Pat McAfee. Shout out to that dude. Giving Derek Brown the love. Giving Derek Brown the love that he deserves on this one. Just showing Derek Love just throwing people around. That's hilarious. That is the funniest. That is so funny.
Throwing a grown man.
Right. Just Derek Brown throwing another guy out the club.
See, I'm glad you brought that up because you show love to Pat McAfee. I'm going to show it to Ocho Cinco because he's been showing us love all year.
Yes.
Winning or losing, he's been showing that he loves the Carolina Panthers and Charlotte FC, to be honest. But I can watch Pat McAfee when they're not talking crap about us. I love Ocho. Is that playing with your food thing kind of got to me because even though we won, it's like we're not getting the credit. It's Green Bay fumbled it. They playing with their food, but we won. We beat them. They were supposed to win, and I don't know how much playing they did for the Carolina Panthers of all teams.
They probably didn't.
Nobody expected us to win.
No.
But it's the fact that we're on a 4-game win streak now. You can ask Dallas if they played with their food. Ask Atlanta if they played with their food.
Yes.
Don't disrespect the Carolina Panthers because you want to make a headline or you want to make a soundbite or whatever. We beat a division. They were the top.
Yes.
In their division.
Yes.
We're second in our division. So, I mean, clearly we're not as bad as everybody wants us to be. We just barely crossed halfway line.
Yes.
We're 5-4. Green Bay, now, they got an extra loss. Who gave them that? The lowly Carolina Panthers? Or the surging Carolina Panthers? That beat America's team. That beat Super Bowl contending Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
They about to have me at like Stephen A. in here.
But it's so true, man, because that's basically what it was. X this off. Oh yeah, Green Bay gonna move on. Yeah, they're gonna be fine. Yeah, they're going for their division. I get it. And yes, I do. I understand why it was said, the playing with your food thing. I get it. I understand why it was said. I really do. But at the end of the day, Carolina got it done. Why did Green Bay not eat their food? Why did they not do it? And they had opportunities to do so and didn't. And let's talk about this defense. The reason why they didn't have opportunities to do it, Christian Roseboom, 15 daggum tackles.
Roseboom.
Mary. 15 daggum
Brown.
tackles. Yes.
They couldn't do nothing because we know what we're doing.
Yes. Yes. I mean, looking at that second half, going into the first half, okay. But looking in that second half, Green Bay did not slam the door. They did not slam the door. They should have slammed the door. They didn't. It wasn't because they didn't. It's because they couldn't. When you throw ill-advised interceptions, the fact that Jordan Love was throwing in the coverage, and the fact that those guys were breathing down their neck. They were breathing down their neck. And one thing I hope is okay. I hope Trevor Wallace is all right after what happened with Trevor Wallace. He was having a good game, man. He had 9 tackles in the game, defended a pass, got a hit on Jordan Love as well too. But Christian Roseboom, way he was playing as well too. Deshaun Warden got the lowest sack of the game. Lathan Ransom, I like how he's been playing. I like how Ransom has been playing. Mike Jack, I thought he was going to get the pick. I thought he was. I really, that would have made my day seeing that happen. I mean, it's just looking at Merrick, Trevon Merrick with the interception. I mean, it was a bad ball. That was a bad ball that he threw. And let's just be honest. They're talking about Jordan Love being up next and Green Bay fostering quarterbacks and everything with what they did with Aaron Rodgers. Now what they're doing with Jordan Love. You know what? We'll leave that alone. Do I think that Jordan Love is elite? Nah, not yet. In this game, he had an opportunity to do so. Cincinnati, Cleveland, y'all, forget about it. Carolina did their thing. Carolina handled biz. They did it. Now, we close the book on Green Bay. We're done. Close the book on that. Carolina is 5-4. The eyes are on the division because Carolina's got 2 games in the division right now. It starts right now. The New Orleans Saints coming up. They got the Atlanta Falcons at the next week. They got the Atlanta Falcons the next week. Now, look, I know it's the Saints. I get it. I know it is. I know the Saints replaced their quarterback. I get it. I know. But this is the daggum division. Divisions play you a little tougher. Especially, see, the Saints got something, bulletin board material right here. This the Green Bay win for the Saints is bulletin board material. Because the Saints could play party crash. They could. Mm-hmm. They absolutely could. Now, one thing I can say is that Carolina, the teams that although Carolina was not favored in every game, they've won games that they weren't favored in. Yes. But if this was a game, and they're favored in this game, now of course they are. The Saints are 1-8. Of course they are. Carolina is favored in this game, yes. But the Saints can play party crash to Carolina right now. Okay, they could expose Carolina. I don't think they can, but can they? Yes. Yes, they can. Tyler should. Yes, and this Tyler should for Dez and Jay Stu. They didn't know the starting quarterback for the Saints. I get it. Tyler should, a.k.a. the quarterback that was picked before Shedeur Sanders. Tyler should. He's got the nod for the game. Dez gave him a wonderful name on Believing Panthers. Barbecue Chicken. He gave him a wonderful name. Because I'm going to tell you what. You're going to put a rookie quarterback in front of this surging Carolina defense with Derek Brown just throwing everybody out the club right now. I mean, Spencer Rattler probably would have had a hard time. But Tyler should. Are you sure?
I'm going to call him Gumbo. I'm going to keep with the New Orleans theme of Gumbo. He's an NFL player.
Yes.
He deserves to be in the NFL.
Yes.
Being a starter is questionable. I think New Orleans is, for the most part, trying to get themselves a Manning. But I'm not going to call it. I'm going to just say that they haven't been a winning football team in the last few years, and you can say the same about the Carolina Panthers. However, they still have some cap issues. They still have some pretty good players. on their roster. Alvin Kamara being one of them,
Mm-hmm.
who is the guy that I see can give us the most problems.
And he has.
I think if Chris Olave plays, he's going to be again somebody that they're probably going to find some way to match up with Mike Jack,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope Mike Jack ties his shoes that day because it's gonna be a tough day.
Right.
Um, but with the way that our back line has been, Trevon Merrick, Nick Scott, he's been a little up and down, but we still got Lathan Ransom he's been surging a little bit. Um, Rose Boom, uh, Trevin, he's been playing good, and of course you got JC, you
Mm-hmm.
got Derek Brown, you got Ashawn, you got Ward, you got Bobby Brown. I mean, we have enough players that we should theoretically be able to stop this run and make them try to beat us over the top, especially with a young rookie quarterback that doesn't seem like he's comfortable in the league, much less as a starting quarterback. So I think this is a game that it could possibly be a trap. I mean, any game could be
Yes.
a trap game, but they're 1-8. Their only win came against the Giants.
Mm.
Um, but that was against a team that Jackson Dart was just getting his legs. And now he's playing great.
Of course.
So it's it's tough to validate how good they are because they haven't really been stable. But I don't want to discount them because they might be 1-8, but for this week they're 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to go get this win. We're gonna have to fight for this win. We can't just lay down just because we think we're supposed to win it, just because we on a 4-game win streak or whatever. We still got to go and win this game. All those
Absolutely.
good players are. It sounds good on paper. The matchup sounds good. The records sound good to go against.
Mm-hmm.
But these are still NFL players. So let's pump the brakes. Let's not expect to win, but hope for one.
Of course. I mean, looking at it right here, Shaheed. Now he got traded. Now he's in
Mm-hmm.
Seattle right now. The other receiver on the squad, he got traded to Seattle. So that's one other weapon that can be used. Jawan Johnson at the tight end. He's been somebody that has done some work at the tight end position with Spencer Rattler at the quarterback, but now Tyler Shugg is in there. This is going to be an interesting game, of course, with it being a division game. No, Carolina cannot expect to win this game. No, they cannot. Because it's a division game. We've talked about that. But do I see Carolina winning this game? Absolutely. If they do what they've been doing, if they've been doing with the running game, working the running game, Rico Dowdle handling biz, Bryce being able to make the right decisions, passing the football, and managing this huddle, which is the main thing that he has been doing. And this defense, making sure that this defense plays as strong as they've been playing. They had a great game last week. They have a matchup that is in their favor this week. So we're going to see what's going to happen right here. We're not going to take y'all away from y'all's Friday football right here. Last but not least, final words of encouragement for the Carolina Panthers. You can be 6-4. You can be 6-4 right now. You can be 6-4. Get that in your mind right now. All you got to do is like Ben Troop and Ryan Smith, win the division. That's what you have to do. But that's all the time we got here right now. We went a little over. That's cool. We had some fun on the show here. It's great to have fun, but have fun winning, of course. You may now exit the cat cave. We will be back next Thursday. We will be back on the Thursday for your regularly scheduled Thursday here on the Spectrum Sports Radio's YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. See us here on the Keep Pounding Podcast Network, powered by the Fans First Sports Network. For Shannon Smith, this is D White. Let's get this win. Go Panthers!
Keep pounding. Don't play with your food, NFL.
Ha ha! It's poison. It's poison.
Poisonous.